Hello, test, test, test. 1 2 1 2.
Hello.
Test, test, test. Nice. It's a little bit windy. I've got the little fuzzy thing on the microphone. We'll see what it goes. I'm up in the hill. We're at Edinburgh Airport. I made it. I was going to stream on the way down on Twitch, but I decided just to wait for the YouTube stream. No idea what's coming in. Just here for an hour or two. Watch some planes before I can check into my hotel. So let's see how it goes. Check everything is working. Audio sounded good. It says I'm live. YouTube. Hello. Reconnect. Disconnected. Oh dear. Reset. Connect. Sorry if we're missing stuff. I'm trying to get this working. Connected to live stream. Lovely. Right, that one's gone. Aer Lingus. I will try and get a few shots as they're coming round as well, once we get into it. Okay. Nice day actually, the sun's shining, a little bit of cloud behind me. It seems like they're taking off towards me. I don't know if that, I'm totally new to Edinburgh Airport, so taking off towards me and landing directly in front of us. If anyone's got the flight radar up already, like I should have, we would know what's coming in. But I've not got a clue at the moment, so I'll get that loaded up just now. EDI, say a new one for me. Edinburgh. Ooh, there's a little typhoon over there. So that one just took off away to Belfast. We've got a few planes lined up. Is that one away to go out? I think this EasyJet is sitting down here. Not sure what the story is. I'm just sorry, just trying to get the tripod sitting good for you. And then they come in from over here, which is quite an interesting viewpoint up in this hill. So far, I'd say a better viewpoint than Aberdeen. We're a little bit closer, which is better for my lens. I need to get my chat on my wrist here. Hello there! Low pass microphone. Low pass. Hi, hi, hi. Yeah, I can hear myself. I can hear myself. I don't know exactly what settings I'm using just now, but hopefully the wind's not too bad. Let's say we have got a fuzzy thing on it. So I can't see anything coming in at the moment, so we get a little bit of a catch up. Let everyone come into the stream. Hello there, welcome in Alan. Welcome, welcome. So all in all, quite a nice day for it. The actual airport is over this direction. It's a big tower, as you may know. If you've ever been to Edinburgh Airport before, you see that thing in the distance as you're approaching. Got a train in the distance. That's probably too far for me to pick up there, but it'll be a ScotRail. Right, let's see what's due in today then. We're going to get any action? Let's find out. So, arrivals, Edinburgh Airport. We've got a Ryanair from Madrid Scheduled arrival 12:15, so that should be the next arrival. Unless there's anything else before that. Berlin Ryanair, has that landed? Yes, that's landed now. I think that was just while I was setting up that landed there. So another Ryanair. And a British Airways. That's also landed. The A320 from Prague. Ooh, that's running quite late. So we've got a few Ryanairs. We've got a Norwegian with a red nose. Estimated arrival 12:39. I've never seen one of them yet on stream, so that's a new one for us. We've seen the EasyJets. I think we've maybe seen a Ryanair. We don't get that many from Aberdeen. We've got the Alicante flight a few times a week. Eurowings A320. That's another new one for me. Ooh. A 787 Dreamliner. Lovely. Qatar. Estimated 12:17. So they're all coming in. I can see one approaching in the distance. I will get chat on the phone, so I'll be reading you throughout the stream. So don't be afraid to say hi. As long as my chat keeps working. Yeah, it seems to be. Right, quickly get the chart on my wrist. Then I will do my best to film the arrivals and departures as they come in, as best as I can. So I've got a jacket on, still a little bit cold. I forgot to update my weather. It's around 10 degrees Celsius right now. I'm quite interested about the wind, because there is a little wind coming across the runway there. Lovely. Okay, where are we? It's just a little dot in the sky just now. So far I've noticed the smaller planes managed to turn at this first turning point. Just in front of me to my left. The larger planes go right the way up to the next turning point. So we'll get some nice close-up footage of them. Afternoon from Newcastle. Hello there, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Lovely day at Edinburgh. It is indeed. A little bit windy. Not enough to stick it in the title, I don't think, but there we go, there's our Ryanair. It should make the turn. Yeah, this is what I was saying. The smaller ones turn right in front of us here. So get a nice view of them as they come around. Looks like we've got an EasyJet away ahead out there as well. The departures are a little bit more difficult for me to film in this position, but we'll do our best. I just need to watch out all my cables in my bag as we rotate round. Away it goes, up into the clouds. And here we have the next arrival. Gotta be quick with this. Or try to be. Lovely. Very lovely. That's a first for me in the channel. The ITA Airways. Using the whole runway here to turn. As it comes out the other side of this tree here. Whoa, cheers for becoming a sponsor there. Became a member level 1, thank you very much for that. I missed that as this beast was coming in, thank you. Lovely. That is an impressive plane, if I ever saw one. I'm sure it's very nice on the inside as well. It's coming in here, sneaking in behind it. And we got another first on stream here. We don't get these up in Aberdeen, the airline anyway. The Euro wings. That was a good start, wasn't it? That was a very good start. We are a little bit squint here. I don't have a spirit level to level these out, so it's just a little bit rough ground up here, a little bit muddy today. A little bit muddy. Thanks again, Alan, for that. That's much appreciated. Didn't really like that. Should be able to pick it up in a second as it gets closer. I'm not used to the speed they're coming in at here. Compared to Aberdeen, this is pretty full on. So I'll try and keep up with the chat as best I can. Whoa! Big smoke. And our Ryanair should be due in next, 737 MAX 8 from Madrid. British Airways and EasyJet. Yeah, we got a few en route. It's just lining up down here. It's another new one for me. It's the Icelandair. Icelandair. Lovely stuff. It was Icelandair off to Reykjavik, 737 Max 8. Hiya from Belfast, hello there, welcome in. We are in Edinburgh, Scotland just now. Just watching some planes today. Watching some planes at Edinburgh Airport. It's a nice little spot actually. It's a nice little spot. They got this big mound next to the runway here. It's a little bit windy. I do have the jacket on, about 10 degrees at the moment. We did have a little bit of sun. Today we're just checking off a few planes we wouldn't normally see. I'm based up in Aberdeen. We don't get a lot of these bigger aircraft in Aberdeen. We get the A320s, 737. I think the Alicante Ryanair is similar to this one. 80% is Ryanair. Yeah, I'm noticing that. We're getting a lot of Ryanairs so far. Everyone loves a cheap holiday away. Yeah, my rotations are not the best in this position. I don't know if my lens or it's just I'm not quick enough with the rotations on this tripod, but we'll keep practicing. I might need to move further back possibly. I did originally start further up the other end, but I thought this spot looked quite nice. Nice view of them arriving, that's for sure. And the takeoffs, we'll just do what we can. Do you know whether there are any direct flights from Edinburgh to the Shetland Islands? I'm not entirely sure. I know we do them up in Aberdeen, mainly Loganair. We've got Loganair flights in Aberdeen. I have seen one already here, so it is possible they do up to Kirkwall. Aberdeen actually has a flight up to Wick, which is almost the very top of the country, and then you can take a ferry from there across to Orkney and then on to Shetland after that from Thurso, I believe. I'm not sure about the ferries directly from Wick, but definitely from Thurso. Scrabster. I did think about taking the ferry from Aberdeen all the way up, but it is one long boat ride I don't really fancy it much in the winter. Yeah, quite stormy seas, and it's overnight, quite disruptive. You can't pay for a cabin. You can even take your car with you from Aberdeen and drive around the islands, around Shetland. It's not a big island. Wouldn't take very long, I wouldn't think. A couple of days would probably be enough. Yeah, you would need to check Loganair. I think that would be the best bet for from Edinburgh. I could actually check the departure, see if we've got any Loganairs coming out today. Not a lot. One to Southampton. Aer Lingus, they're going across to Ireland. Interesting. Yeah, Aberdeen definitely has them, but I can't see many from many today anyway from Edinburgh. A lot of it's the bigger destinations: Dublin, Rome, Milan, London, Malaga. They do have the, oh there we go, storing away. Okay. The Isle of Man livery arrivals 2:20 from storing away. So yeah, the flights are there. Loganair is quite cheap when I looked for their flights. I've not been keeping up with the flight radar, so is this, let me see, British Airways? I know that one. They're quite easy to recognise. There you go, Mikey on YouTube chat. Loganair fly daily from Edinburgh to both Kirkwall and Lerwick. Always have to. Cheers, Mikey. Hello Rootman, welcome in. We're down in Edinburgh today for the whole weekend, in fact. Going to the truck show here tomorrow. And then I'm unsure how the signal is going to be, but I'm going to Knockhill on Sunday. So you might get a stream, or it might just be a YouTube video later on. I haven't quite decided yet. Kirkwall is Orkneys. Yeah. Sorry, I'm missing them. I'm reading the chat. Ryanair incoming there. Yeah, never been that far north. I did Wick and I did Thurso. Just took my car up, quite a nice drive. The east part of the North Coast 500. Nice little drive. I will do the whole thing at some point around the west. That's the most remote part of the route. Some of the most magnificent scenery. Magnificent. Magnificent. Truck show sounds good. What's Knockhill? Knockhill's rally cars on the Sunday. So it's a track-based rally, I guess. 10 stages, something like that. Yeah, all the classics, the Escort Mark IIs, probably a lot of Fiestas whipping round. The GR Yaris, they seem to be quite popular in the rallies now. The modern rally. KLM engine is approaching, perhaps one is flying north, interesting. So this is brilliant. I'm normally waiting about for planes, but they just keep coming here at Edinburgh Airport. Yeah, this is a Ryanair special today. Not sponsored, but I mean, they got a few places I want to try, so I'm not particularly picky with planes if it's a short flight anyway. I've been on Ryanair before a while ago. My last trip was EasyJet, a combination of EasyJet, KLM. My flight to Ibiza was Vueling, which was delayed by 3 hours, which I think is part of Ryanair or something, maybe not. They operate in a similar manner. Budget, very budget. No food provided, no drink service. It was just a short flight from Barcelona to Ibiza for that one, but yeah, 3 hours late was not very good. Hello Jonathan, welcome in, good afternoon. And you just become a member there. Wow, thank you very much, thank you very much. That is much appreciated. We are in Edinburgh, as you may have guessed by the title. Hopefully my title does say Edinburgh. I did try and get things sorted on my way here. A nice little break between the planes there. Let's try and sort my apps out. Flight radar, loading, 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 arrivals. Ryanair landed, Ryanair landed. KLM from Amsterdam, estimated in the next minute. That'll be the little dot we see in the sky up there now. I quite like KLM as an airline. I've flown with them a few times. I like the sandwich, actually, they give you on the shorter flights. I quite like it. It's like a cheese, some kind of a cheese, Dutch cheese sandwich. I've had some issues in the past with them from Aberdeen, delaying flights, cancelling flights. I think it's mainly from the Dutch side, the disruption, and it has a knock-on effect. This one's arriving early. Scheduled arrival is 45 and it's 41 on my clock just now. Nice to see it. Boeing 737. Get a little close up of that. It's making the turn here. K2. Yep, good afternoon again, and everyone for joining us today. We'll be going a little while longer. I can't check into my hotel until 3 o'clock, so we're just a short distance away from the airport itself. I'm not going anywhere, I'm just staying in Edinburgh, but I thought it'd be as well stay near the event for tomorrow. Is this our Norwegian? I can see the red nose there. That's one more first for the channel. We've not seen them up in Aberdeen. Or I haven't anyway. I don't know if they've ever operated from Aberdeen. There we go, full runway time. Behind the bush for a moment there. Hello to Norway. Hello. Do quite fancy a trip over. Still consider it for later on this year. Lovely. Quite like that, quite simple. The red nose, the red tips on the wings there, a tiny little bit of red in the tail. Quite nice, quite nice. Everyone coming for the truck show, very busy today. Could be. People flying in for it, that's for sure. It's quite nice. This one's mainly indoor. I think there might be some stuff outdoor. Just the time of year in Scotland. I haven't seen any trucks, or I think there's actually tractors as well at this one. We've even got Luke and Tom Stoltman, the strongmen. They're supposed to be there. I don't know if they're going to be doing some lorry pulling or what. A tug of war with a lorry, but yeah, them guys are absolutely massive, so looking forward to seeing them. Big Luke and Tom. Do a lot of the World's Strongest Man events, lifting very heavy objects. We've got a little one. We've got a little one. What a size difference compared to the Norwegian there. Looks like an Aer Lingus there. Quite the noise for a little guy. This is what we're used to up in Aberdeen. We get a lot of the twin props. Aer Lingus. There we go. That one from Dublin, ATR 72600. Almost lost it there. A common visitor to Aberdeen Airport, that one. The ATRs, we got a lot of them between the Loganairs and the Aer Lingus. A couple of other odd visitors from other airlines. Up and away, as they say. Another train. ScotRail. Oh, there's a helicopter. Can we see the helicopter? Can try to. Now that's something I'm familiar with. A lot of helicopters up in Aberdeen due to the offshore oil and gas on and off the oil rigs. That one looked up like a, is it a private or Cumbernauld Airbus helicopters? I'm not really familiar with that one. PGG Aviation Services. Yeah, not too familiar with that one. Norwegian 737. What else we got? EasyJet. Next in, another Ryanair. Lovely stuff. The Ryanair special continues. First time chatter, hello, welcome in. Proper English. I can't even speak. My English is pretty poor today, I'll say that. Proper English, welcome in. One of the glider pilots around Loch Leven on the radar. Yeah, I see them sometimes. I do see them sometimes. Weather-wise, we're behind a cloud just now. I should have updated the weather on my stream, but I can't remember everything. EDI, I wonder if that works. Weather EDI. Edinburgh Airport feels like 8.9 degrees Celsius. Currently 11.2, partly cloudy. Wind is blowing from the west, around 20 kilometers per hour. See a slight breeze. A slight breeze there. 2 going out there. We're not totally waterproof, so I'm hoping the showers stay away from us just now anyway. My car is not too far away if we do need to abort, but we will keep it going. If we really wanted to, I could swap to my action camera, but we wouldn't get a very good view then, would we? Not as good as this. Hello Susanna, welcome in. A rapid climb they do there. See this one turn of it. Way to make a turn there. Still going. Into the clouds it goes. This will be our Ryanair on approach. Sorry, I missed that. My phone was playing some noises there. I couldn't understand where it was coming from. So it looks like the EasyJet's lining up to go out there. Very rapid takeoff there. Climb the fence. No. This is a nice viewpoint here, so we can see right over the fence. It's covered in barbed wire. I don't really fancy that one. But fantastic viewpoint from this hill here. I think this is the Mound, this is called, but it lives up to its name anyway. Large grassy area. You can see right over the fence. Fantastic for the photographs and also the live streams. Another Ryanair in from Brussels on approach. Departures wise, what we're saying. Let's have a little look. It looks like a Ryanair. I can see it moving across just now. Just see the tail of it there. Lanzarote, very nice. Wouldn't mind Lanzarote right now. A little bit warmer than what we've got here. One off to Porto, right behind it. The flight to Tenerife is running late. EasyJet, estimated in about an hour's time. Around an hour later than scheduled off to Tenerife, an hour less of your holiday. That's not a good start. I'm sure they'll be in the airport bars enjoying themselves, waiting for that trip. We'll get to see the Norwegian departing shortly. The Eurowings as well. Istanbul. I'm not familiar with that one. Jet Airways. That's a new one for me as well. Anything else interesting? So we've got Italian Airways. Has that even arrived yet? I haven't seen it. Estimated at past. That's a new one for me as well. Looks like a lovely blue plane, that. Italian Airways. Looking forward to see that one. Just an A320, but lovely blue with the Italian flag on the tail. Yeah, looking forward to that one. Around 20 minutes time. thought I saw something in the distance there. The Ryanair. It's a tiny dot. Absolute tiny dot. I don't think I can quite pick up with the camera yet. The daylight's shining on my screen. Yeah, lots of gliders. I think there's a glider club north of here in Perth. Lots of them out today anyway. It's quite a nice day for it. There's a bit of a breeze. I don't know if they take off from Perth, but you think they'd let me drive down there in the yellow cars? Maybe. I think you need to go through all sorts of security checks and all that to get on that side of the fence. And all the baggage handlers and all that, and everyone who works airside has to go through the same kind of security that we do when we're going on holiday. Up in Aberdeen they have had special events where they've opened it up for people actually running down the runway. That was quite an interesting one. So I don't know if Edinburgh ever does anything like that. It's quite a busy airport, so it was a nighttime jogging event. I think it was for charity up in Aberdeen quite recently. We should make the turn. I've always wanted to fly a plane. Landing it would be the only thing that worried me. Yeah, I guess that's the hardest part, isn't it? The takeoff and the landing. The pilots have lots of experience. I think you need to start off in something a bit smaller than this and work your way up. Yeah, hours and hours. It's not made the turn there, actually, surprisingly enough. I take it back. We'll get a closer look at this Ryanair. I played a little bit of the simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator. I did give that a try. up there. Absolutely rapid takeoff from the British Airways there. Yo, welcome in. Welcome in, yo. Yo, yo. Welcome to Edinburgh Airport. This is not your pilot speaking, but this is too brute. Maybe on the simulators, but that's as far as I'll probably get in terms of flying. Couple of easy jets coming in shortly. Next 10 minutes. That one off to London City. We've got a EasyJet away to Luton. Tremendous how quick the little ones get up there. A320 there. What's this thing? The big ball. Oh, it's like a tank. Is that like some kind of training? I know they have them in Aberdeen for some kind of training. Next up, looks like we're getting another departure. Away to Knock, NOC. Knock, knock, knock. (737) again. Very common with the Ryanairs. I think this one should get out before the EasyJet. I can't quite see it yet. It's just turning around on approach. Is this Italian? Where's this Italian? Is it still quite far out? Let's have a little update on that one. Arrivals estimated 13:34. Again, just an A320, but Looking forward to seeing that one. We've got a Jet2 around us the same time, 1340. And I'm sure we'll have more Ryanairs in between. Tiny little dot in the sky, if it focuses, is the next arrival. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, remember to drop a like and hit subscribe if you haven't already. This is our first time at Edinburgh, but it's quite nice. I think I'll come back if I'm ever down here for any events or anything like that. It's not too bad to get here. Not too bad at all. Quite a few different planes we don't get up in Aberdeen. We will get ourselves back up to Lossiemouth for the military action at some point. I think we've figured out the best day for that. It's kind of a midweek adventure. The weekends over the summer, we've got quite a lot on, a lot of shows to attend. There we are over here. Yo, Burkala! Burke! Welcome in. Welcome in. I know you. Norwegian streamer. Welcome to Scotland. We're just doing a bit of plane spotting today. Edinburgh. Welcome in, Alfred. Kava. Welcome in, everyone. Tony. Hello, hello. Just doing a bit of plane spotting today. Massive raid, thank you very much for that, that's much appreciated. On the Twitch. It's quite a chill one today. Watching some planes. We're waiting for the big Italian, well, little Italian, to come in. EasyJet, that's it, you got it, EasyJet. So we've seen lots of Ryanairs, we've seen the EasyJets, British Airways, we had a Qatar come in, which was pretty cool. Tomorrow we've got a truck show, so we'll be going to that. And then Sunday I think we're going to a rally car event. So we've got lots coming up this weekend. Classic Scottish weather. It's not raining, it's not raining. Cheers for the follow there. W pipes. Yes. Awesome, awesome. Love to see it. I think this is another EasyJet just coming in behind it. Two in a row. We've got two EasyJets in a row for you. Welcome in, everyone. Not raining, no. No, not raining. It does, like the clouds are, if I just show you this, slightly grey looking. So there is a chance, there's always a chance in Scotland of getting some rain. There is always a chance of rain in Scotland. Cheers for the follow there, Tommy. A little bit of blue skies, yeah, we've got a bit. We've got a bit. The sun's kind of shining behind me here. We'll just spin around to show you this one. Normally they make that turn, and it's just the larger ones that come up to this end here. A small hill in the background. Lots of action here today at Edinburgh Airport. We actually had I think it was a plane from Oslo came in. I think it was from Oslo, a Norwegian Air. Should be leaving us shortly. Departures, or maybe not. Did we miss it? No, we haven't. A Norwegian off to Oslo, 13:20. Send you back to Norway. I was speaking earlier about possibly going over to Stavanger. Later on in July, so we'll see, for the Tall Ships boat event. We had that where I'm from in Aberdeen last year. I really enjoyed it. Not massive into boats, but it was cool to see them. A lot of the sailboats, a lot of them were like 100-year-old, absolutely massive things. And it's a free event, so it was cool to see it where I live, that's for sure. Stavanger, yes! Yeah. G-Easy-UW came in from Prague, nice. Never been there, that's another one on the list. I think Prague would be quite a cool city to visit. Yeah, the weather's still set to Aberdeen for some reason. I can handle this. It's not overly warm, but as long as it stays dry. We'll be going another hour and a half possibly, until I can check into my hotel. And then tomorrow I'll probably be live again, probably 11 o'clock UK time. That's what we're going for anyway, for the truck show. That'll be more IRL action camera based. Do a bit of everything here, and then the truck show we'll see the strong men as well, Luke and Tom, the Stoltman brothers. A little bit of a break here. Prague isn't bad. Yeah, it's definitely on the list of somewhere to go. I can't fly direct from where I live in Aberdeen, but again, I could come down to Edinburgh. It's not too bad for me. It was about a 2-hour drive to get here, 2.5 hours. I took a slightly longer route to get here. The last time I was down, I just took the train. Yeah, Scotland's quite easy to get around until you get to the far west coast. Then you kind of need a car to get all the way around the North Coast 500. Yeah, the major cities are all quite well connected by buses, by trains. And of course the planes, as we see today. Here's our lovely blue plane coming in, ITA Airways. Haven't managed to catch one of these on stream before, so we'll get to see it up close. It's like a shiny blue colour with the Italian flag on the tail. They're pretty cool. From Milan in Italy. Always wanted to go to Scotland, a lot of cool castles and buildings. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's great for exploring. Everyone always does the big cities. Edinburgh is obviously up there. You get the castle right in the city centre. Yeah, there's castles everywhere, to be honest. Italia. Very cool. Yeah, that's the first one of them I've seen on stream. Playing from Milan, trying to escape. Oh yeah, I did see that. I did see that in the football. Well done to them. That was a brilliant result. Got a tiny bit of rain on my screen. Sporting Lisbon next. Wow. Yeah, good luck. Good luck with that. Scotland, unfortunately, all our teams are pretty rubbish just now in the football. Celtic did manage to win last night, but they are out of the Europa League. Where I'm from, Aberdeen, they're just useless this year. Absolutely useless. I think they were maybe trying to get a Norwegian manager, but currently they don't have a manager. They're sitting kind of 7th or 8th in the league. That's who I support. So yeah, not a good year for me, unfortunately. Yeah, we had Jimmy Thielen. Jimmy. He was given the sack, I think in January. Jimmy, Swedish. Didn't they do well last year? Yeah, they did pretty good. They were doing pretty good. Aberdeen is a massive club, a lot of history. They never really progressed. They got into Europe, they won a cup, they beat Celtic in the cup final. So they won the cup. They're still in the Scottish Cup, that's their last hope for this year, I think. They've got a big game against Hearts today. One of the local teams in Edinburgh. Hearts of Midlothian, they are doing very well this year. The league is theirs to lose at the moment. Then did you ask yourself? Yeah, Sir Alex Ferguson won breakthrough. Yeah, this year I think we could see it. It could happen. Hearts are up there. Good luck to them. That's all I can say. They're sitting top in Scotland. Celtic and Rangers struggling a little bit. They've got absolutely massive budgets compared to Aberdeen and Hearts, although they have increased their spending quite a bit. Welcome home from your Jet2 holiday. Even bringing back a little bit of sun on the tail. Hello, 330 Geek, welcome in. Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday, that's it. That is it. Play the music. Sure, there's a few sore heads on that plane, that's for sure. Boeing 737, I think so. I think it is. I'm a bit behind with my flight radar, but I think it is. It came from Rome, 737-8MG. Which I don't know if it's different to the 737 MAX. 737-8MG. If anyone's seen my streams up in Aberdeen, you'll probably recognise this one, the Loganair. Absolutely tiny compared to the Jet2 there. A bit of tartan on the tail, Scotland's airline. Lots of flights around the UK. Ireland, England, Scotland. We were speaking about earlier, up to Shetland and Orkney. This one in particular is from England, Exeter. So right down the bottom. Back up across most of the UK. Kind of central Scotland today. Still on the east coast. Embraer, yeah, I think it is. An ERJ 145. They use them and they also use the ATRs quite a lot. Still need to go in an ATR myself. I've heard they're quite an interesting flight. A bit of a bumpy ride, so I believe. Got our EasyJet, operated by EasyJet Switzerland from Basel. An A320. Behind it, Airbus A319 from Belfast. A little bit further than that, we've got another Jet2 from Malaga in around 16 minutes time. That's an A321, which is a smaller plane than what we've just seen. They're quite nice. I don't know if that's their newer planes, the A321. Here's the tower. Edinburgh Airport itself is fairly large. That's a terminal building over there. We can see just about into the actual terminal area there. People boarding their planes, away on holiday, away on work trips. Yeah, next in should be that EasyJet from Basel. Sorry, Mr. Chatter, who's your favourite player for Aberdeen? Well, right now there isn't a lot of them. There's a few of the players that have been there for years. Somebody like Graham Shinney, very experienced player. Obviously he's getting a bit older now, but he's always got the spirit, you know, get the fans going, get the players going. He's one of the fan favourites for sure. We don't really have any star strikers. Kevin Nisbet did have a good season. This year he's been a bit kind of hit or miss. There's been a lot of changes in the Aberdeen team as well. There's a KLM going out there. I would presume it's away back to Amsterdam, they normally are. So this first one, the Ryanair, another 737 away to Vienna, very nice. Behind it we have the KLM, yep, away to Amsterdam, another 737. So we've got the 8S and the 8K2, a couple of different variations of the 737 there. Just coming up for departure. For some reason my Stream Buddy app keeps breaking, so apologies if I'm missing anything. I'll just do a complete restart. Ground teams working today. We had a little bit of the bird skaters going on, popping some shots. Got a few crows crossing the runway here. Which these guys down here will be trying to scare away. They might be popping some shots. If you hear any pops and bangs. that big grey looking cloud there. Looks like we're getting an arrival before the KLM. Interesting wingtips. Yeah, there's a few planes I haven't really seen before here today, so I wouldn't say I'm an aviation expert or anything, just a bit of a hobby, something to do at the weekends. There's not a lot goes on up in Aberdeen, so on our days when there's nothing on, we just go down to the airport, just watch a few planes. Pretty chill streams. I would love to see the A380 down to Glasgow to see that. I don't know if they get it in Edinburgh, I'm not entirely sure. The big Emirates. No A380 in Edinburgh. Oh, that's a shame. That's a bit of a shame. Is it a runway issue? Is the runway not long enough, or is it just a certain chosen route and it's Glasgow? I think they get the 350s. They're pretty nice. Yeah, we'll have to go down to Glasgow to see the A380 one day. It's such a shame because this is a lovely spot for watching the planes. Seeing a A380 come in there would be awesome to see. The biggest is the A350. Yeah, I thought that. That's what I was thinking. Still awesome. Even the 330s, we don't get them up in Aberdeen, so they're pretty cool to see. Also lots of airlines I'm not really familiar with we're getting to see today. The runway's fine, it's the space. Okay. KLM departure here. Never flew on an A380. It would be fun to try it. Yeah, I would love to. I would absolutely love to go on one. I don't think it would be cheap to fly in the premium seats, the business class and all that. But if you're going on a long flight, yeah, that would be an awesome experience. If I ever make it big on YouTube one day, we'll get an A380 video out there. Fair run. Well, Monkey, I'm down here for the truck show tomorrow. There's a classic truck fest on at the Royal Highland Centre, which is right next to the airport. So I took a little run down today in the car. I'm staying here tonight, then tomorrow we'll be going to the truck show. Truck Fest Classic. I think it's one of their new shows, Trucks and Tractors. And then I'm going to do Knockhill on the Sunday on the way back up, so we're making a weekend of it. It is quite the drive, I was saying earlier, about 2.5 hours down here. So we're making the most of it. The weather's not too bad down here. Thought it'd be more to it, yeah. So planes today, trucks and tractors tomorrow, and then the rally cars. I think you were maybe in one of my rally car streams before. Down at Knockhill, it's the rally stages. Rally stages at Knockhill, so that'll be cool. British Airways away. There's our Norwegian Air. Yeah, I can't remember the full name for it, but it's something rally stages. It's maybe the first stage of the rally season actually. Yeah, similar to what the events, the Grampian one that I was at. The Grampian Forest Rally, similar to that one I think, but it's all around Knockhill. I think 10 stages, something like that, so just praying for the weather, because it did say rain on Sunday morning, so yeah, we'll get a look around Knockhill on the way back up to Aberdeen. The big Norwegian airplane with a red nose. What? A couple of dogs appeared at my feet there. Quite a popular spot for people walking the dogs up here, checking out the planes. And there's a second of the stream, the Jet2. Jet2 holidays. Sorry about the wind, we're facing into the wind here. Cheers for the subscription there. Should be doing this with a lot of places. Yeah, I think I'm trying to just tie it into different events. So if I'm down here for something, I really need to find an event in Glasgow, get down to Glasgow as well. I'm really happy with Edinburgh though. There's this big kind of mound where you can see over the fence. I think it is actually called the Mound. Glasgow has one, but apparently it's not quite as good as this. So we'll maybe need to go down and check out sometime. Yeah, but for sure, if people like the stream down here, we can definitely come back. Little British Airways there. It is called the Mound, and there's a spot on the other side of the airfield too that's good. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, when I was driving in, I was just trying to follow the signs for the airport, and yeah, I knew there was the road just before it, and you can walk down that, and and get to here quite easily, so they seem to be doing something in the area next to it. This bit's all closed off, you can't get right up to here. Just now there's a gate, so yeah, we'll need to check out the other side at some point. Jet2 just sneaking away around the corner there. I think I did do a Jet2 holiday at one point. I think I went to Ibiza. I remember I was flying from Glasgow because they had the separate terminal bit for the Jet2. I don't think I booked through Jet2, it just happened to be a Jet2 flight, so I had to go to the Jet2 departures. I think I booked my own transfers and everything, but the flight was interesting. The flight was interesting. I think it was quite an early morning flight. People were still pretty rowdy. The pints were flowing at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's yeah, it was something to see for sure. Rain possible this evening. Okay, that's fine because I'm indoors. Tomorrow the vent's indoor as well, although I think it did say the sun was meant to come out. It was Sunday, there was the one I was praying for sunshine at Knockhill. But I do have a hood on my jacket and the camera is partially protected, but this cloud is edging closer to us. I don't know if I've got the command working properly on YouTube yet. We have to do weather. Can I do WEDI? Doesn't seem to be popping up. Oh, there we go. There we go. 62% humidity. .737 Max 8 off to Brussels. The Ryanair. Definitely quieting down a little bit now. An A320 10 minutes out. An A350 passing quite close to us, but we're not going to be able to see that for the clouds. It's kind of inland and west. Right, here we go. I was right up there, no messing about. I was going to try and have a look for the 350, but I think it's almost impossible, the thick layer of cloud up there, plus the height it would be at. It's not coming to here, it's long gone. Little glider from Perth, is that? No, that's just flying past, I think. The Piper Cherokee Warrior. It's somewhere over here. I don't think I can pick it up. It's probably quite low. Oh, is that it over there? I'm going to struggle to see this now. It's somewhere in there. Is it going into the cloud? I got a glimpse of it for a second, but it has disappeared for me. Yeah, the A380 left Glasgow 19 minutes ago. Well, that would have been nice to see. Not a massive distance between Edinburgh and Glasgow, compared to Aberdeen anyway. Looks like the fighter jets are out up in Lossy today as well. The Typhoons, lovely. Another Ryanair making its way out. See a couple of tails moving about there. Who is going next? We'll see. That's the Dreamliner, Boeing 787-8. Lovely plane. They're playing the, I think it's a bird scatter noises. This seems to be a bit of movement on that. Ryanair seems to be going back in. Interesting. Interesting. Edinburgh to Dublin. It seems to have pulled back in. The Qatar Airways is on the flight radar as well, and Aer Lingus is just pulling out as well. So for the truck show tomorrow, we're across over here, this direction. Might even be in that building there, I think. Can we see any trucks? That's a car park. They might be arriving later on or first thing tomorrow morning, I'm not entirely sure. If I see any passing my hotel later, I'll try and get some videos. And the live stream will be tomorrow around 11 o'clock start. Felt like, man, doesn't it look like Aberdeen? No, we're in Edinburgh today. We are in Edinburgh Airport. First time here at the Mound, quite enjoying it. A little bit chilly on the fingers now, but I had a bit of time to kill. I'm down here for the truck show tomorrow, so we're just checking out a few planes until I can check into my hotel. I might go into Edinburgh, I might take the tram into Edinburgh, I'm still undecided yet. It's quite easy. I quite like the trams actually. From the airport right into the city centre. Not too bad a journey. Typhoon's been flying low. Yeah, I saw them on the map. I saw them just outside Lossiemouth. No action here though. I did think about going past Lookers because there's a lot of training going on there just now. I think there was Chinooks at Lookers as well. I always seem to miss the action though. We have got to see a few nice planes that I don't normally see up in Aberdeen. So that's nice. Of course, lots of fun tomorrow and Sunday at the events there. I can hear something but I can hear something. What is that making the rocket? Not entirely sure. Oh, we've got the Isle of Man, Loganair, coming from Stornoway. The one with the green bottom. After this EasyJet. An A350, San Francisco to Munich, 41,000 feet. I don't think we're going to see it for the clouds. But it's up there somewhere just now. Bit of a crosswind. Can't see a lot of movement on this EasyJet, but the wind has definitely picked up again. Can actually hear the A350 passing overhead. The weather's pretty similar up in Aberdeen. It says it's got a bit more sun up there. Maybe a little bit more cloud down here in Edinburgh. Clouds are low here. There we go, a bit of movement in it. You'll see the wind. Has it got a different tartan? I think it maybe has it? We really want to see it take off to see underneath. Next up's the Ryanair. They're all queuing up now. Here goes the Ryanair. Squad of planes coming out for departure. Aer Lingus, then the 787 for Qatar Airways to Doha. Time for this beast here. We saw it coming in. Lovely looking plane. Not sure of the flight time on this one. How long a flight would that be? More information. Scheduled midnight. Quite a long flight. Hopefully the seats are comfortable. I'm sure they are. A little bit of blue skies coming out now. Any minute now. Not quite sure what the hold up is here. I can see a bit of movement now. Here we go. There's that blue skies I was talking about. I'm sure there's plenty more blue skies where they're heading. Probably got about another half an hour to go. Let's see what else we've got. Seems to have slowed down a little bit now. Anything we should wait for in particular? So Dublin 3, one from Prague, estimated 3 o'clock. Bristol estimated 3, just before 3 as well. The Brussels Brew Airport. We've got to fly there someday, surely. Airport code BRU, Brussels. We'll wait for that one. It's around 19 minutes, I think. How far away is it? It's got the dots on the tail. Brussels Airlines A319. Scheduled arrivals 3. Estimated arrival 2:49. So yeah, we'll catch that one. Then an EasyJet 258. Yeah, we'll probably be around 3 o'clock, so we'll catch all them ones coming in. On the departures side, we have got Loganair Southampton. The next kind of 5 minutes. The Jet2 to Palma de Mallorca, PMI. That's the 737-8MG Jet2. And a couple more in between. Yeah, a few more to go today. Lovely stuff. I can see the EasyJet Just sneaking out now. Can hear some pops and bangs behind me, scaring the birds away. Not sure if it's automated or if there's somebody in the car in the corner over there popping them off. All in all, pretty good first visit to Edinburgh Airport, I would say. Weather's held up. It was a nice drive down. The sun was shining a little bit. A nice view from up there, that's for sure, of all the action. Hopefully they've got a lift to get up to the top, and it's near a spiral staircase. Climbing up them every day. Is this the Italian? I think it is. Lovely. I like the blue. It's a nice colour. Scotland likes their blue as well. And of course the orange. We appreciate a bit of orange in the EasyJet. Wish they would have a little bit of variation. I haven't seen many special EasyJet planes. Battery is quite low on the phone now. I should probably plug in the charger. We'll catch it after this departure. Absolute rapid climb on them. Get up there very quick. Right, charger required. Get the phone plugged in. So I can keep reading and seeing the information about the plane. Be a workout if you had to climb, absolutely. Have you seen the new front to Market Street? The market on Union Street, sorry. Not yet, no. I went through that area last week, but I didn't notice it was still a construction site. It's very hard to see how it's going to look at the moment. It's a bit of a mess. Yeah, where BHS, British Home Stores, used to be. Yeah, I haven't seen it's all glass. Wow. Yeah, I'll need to have a look next time I'm in the area. Probably next weekend. Or if I get any time after my work. If I'm in the Aberdeen area. I saw they're still building. The market was just a frame. So I'm not sure how much longer that's going to be. If anyone's familiar with Aberdeen, it's a bit of a mess just now. Interesting to see how it turns out. I think on my Spectra light show stream we did have a little walk down through the mess that is Aberdeen at the moment, but climbing up the tower at Edinburgh would be a bit like going to the Trinity Centre from Guild Street. Yeah, that's always a fun journey, that one, from Union Square up to the Trinity Centre. Sometimes I even walk round the long way, go up Bridge Street, extra few steps if it's not raining, that is. Here we go. Oh dear. Spectra videos were good, never got to go. Yet the weather this year was not great. I don't blame anyone for not heading out this year. Last year I think we got quite lucky, it was dry. Maybe a bit colder, but it was dry. This year unfortunately we had quite a lot of rain. Didn't see the sun for about 3 weeks. After the snow came the rain. So roll on summer, can't wait for that. I was wondering if anyone recording all the buildings getting knocked down. Yeah, it'd be nice if they had like a time lapse or something. I don't know, some construction companies do it, but or the council. I doubt Aberdeen Council would be as prepared as that, but yeah, a time lapse would be pretty cool to see from the demolition to the building of the new one. I tried to get some pictures of it last time I was in, but they'd already started the demolition. Up in Altons as well. Was it a shell building up in Altons is totally gone now? I think the Aberdeen beachfront plan, they're getting on quite well with that. I did pass the beach recently as well. The polka dots, another new one for me here. Brussels Airlines, tick that one off the list. I think it would be quite a funny flight to do. Tobruk to Brew, BRU, Brussels Airport. Not quite sure what I would do there, but it's on the list. What a noise it's making. The one at Rubislaw Quarry is coming down as well. Whoa. That'll probably be more overpriced houses going in there or something like that. A lot of the houses around that area are yeah, pretty pricey. Pretty pricey area at the west end of Aberdeen. The house developers will love that. Lufthansa are the only airline still flying the 747s. So I think, yeah, I've probably not seen one. Definitely not in Aberdeen. Maybe on my travels, I've seen one out the window. More houses, yay. Afternoon, welcome in. Edinburgh Airport, a bit of plane spotting. That's the phone charging up, so hopefully it stays charged. Planes of all sizes here at Edinburgh. Here's one we see up in Aberdeen quite a lot. Something else coming in just now as well. A nice little train in the background there. That's a long boy, that. That's a long one. Is that the one that goes down to London? LNER, possibly. I was part of a stream here and I swear half the flights were EasyJets. Yeah! So today I think, I've lost count, but it's a close tie between Ryanair and EasyJet. That is the big ones here at Edinburgh. I quite like the frequency, there's a lot of action here. Aberdeen is way more chill. You get time to prepare for the arrivals, for the departures. It's pretty constant here, but good for YouTube. Lots of action. Good for Twitch as well. On the Twitch stream. Right, let me quickly check. It looks like we've got another EasyJet going out. As for arrivals, was that the ones we're waiting for? There is another one coming in. Another EasyJet. Then an Aer Lingus. Ryanair, 7 minutes out. Yeah, we've seen most of that ones already today. We've got a few new ones that we hadn't seen. The Italian, the Norwegian. Other ones I'm probably forgetting right now. Better in the summer, absolutely. Yeah, I'm just here for a little while today, kind of near the end of the stream now, but I just had a bit of time before I could check into my hotel because I'm staying quite near the airport, so I thought brilliant time to do it. Get out and see some planes, be as well stream it. As one leaves, one takes off. One leave, one takes off. As one leaves, one lands. Another EasyJet. I think it was a Aer Lingus and then the Ryanair. We might call it after the Ryanair, I think. It's about 10 minutes, that'll be 3 o'clock. I can go to my hotel, charge my batteries for the stream tomorrow. Got a truck show at the Royal Highlands Centre over here, just a short distance away. Still a bit windy. The mound is still pretty good when on this runaway direction. Yeah, absolutely. I think I got lucky. It's my first time here, so I'm just kind of checking it out. I heard there's another spot the other side as well, so I'll need to look that one up. We'll look that one up. Keep that in mind for another stream. Yeah. think that's for training, that thing there. I think. Right. Yo Taycan. Taycanuk. I don't know if there's anything else worth staying out for. Let's have another look. My hands are getting a bit cold. British Airways is in next. Just a little one. Then not a lot, so we might call it after that. I'll go to my hotel, check in my hotel. And then tomorrow, I don't know if you know Taycan, or you just got here probably, but there's a truck show tomorrow, Truck Fest. It's like a classic truck show. So I'll be checking that one out. I will be checking that one out. Truck show, Truck Fest Classic, I think it's called. Trucks and tractors. But I imagine it'll have all sorts, so it should be good. So we'll be there tomorrow, and then Knock Hill on Sunday for some rally cars. This is just really to fill in some time today, but I would come back. This is the mound at Edinburgh Airport. Quite a nice variation. A lot of the planes are getting a bit repetitive, the EasyJets, the Ryanairs, but we had a few in between. The Italian, the Brussels, the Norwegian. A few we don't really get up in Aberdeen. Here's that British Airways. Just a little one. I like the vintage tractors and trucks, especially the Fergies. Yeah, there'll definitely be some massive Fergusons there. That's for sure. Some old Fords probably as well. Interesting to see what the cut-off is for what they consider a classic. There might be a few more modern ones sneaked in there, I would guess. I'm interested to see what the Saltman brothers are doing as well. It says something about pulling a truck or something like that, so that should be pretty interesting. Oh, Qatar, yeah, we saw the Qatar as well. Qatar to Doha, I think it was. That was a lovely plane. That was a very nice plane. I'm glad we got to see that one. No Emirates. No Emirates here. I think there is, but maybe just a smaller 350s. Is that the Highland Showground? Yes. So this is where they have all the major events. This is where they had the outdoor truck fest. I was at that last year. The same venue, but this one I think is going to be, a lot of it will be indoors and maybe some of it will be outdoors. I'm not entirely sure. We'll find out tomorrow. I don't know if this is the first one they've done, but I had not heard of this one until this year, so we'll check it out. It's a 350 and it's an evening night arrival departure. Okay, interesting. So that's probably a summer one when we've got a bit more daylight and the weather's a bit nicer. Nice summer's evening up on the mound. I should be live about 11 o'clock. I don't know what time the event starts, but I'm staying fairly close, kind of near the airport, so I should be able to get here pretty early in the morning. I don't know if it's worth me coming early to try and beat the crowds or just kind of chill out, take our time, look around it slowly, but I'm going to aim for around 11 o'clock start. No 380s in Edinburgh. There is in Glasgow. I think that's the only other Scottish airport that has them. Aberdeen's too small, Inverness is way too small as well. Prestwick, I bet you something that size could probably land at Prestwick, but it's mainly used for military cargo, occasional passenger routes from Prestwick early in the morning. If you like a 5 AM flight to Alicante, that's your options at Prestwick. Tech stops also. Yeah, I've flown from there once. I think we flew to Barcelona or Rus, I think it was. And no, I've flown to Ibiza from there as well. And it was a very early morning flight. I think they get the commercial flights out first thing, and then later on in the day you get a lot of quite interesting planes coming and going, but it's just kind of hit or miss. I don't think I would wake up at 5 in the morning to go stream the Ryanairs, but yeah, you get like the cargo planes from China and stuff, and yeah, a few interesting ones. When they fired the Global A380 from the States, they used Prestwick. Okay, interesting. The big how do you say that? Antonov goes to Prestwick. Yeah, I think I've seen that on Flight Radar before. Antonov. I'm probably absolutely butchering that name. But yeah, I've seen that. I've seen pictures of it. Very unusual looking plane. I think I've heard it as well, very loud. It's kind of similar to the Loganairs that we get, but just on a bigger scale. You've heard it over your house? Yeah, I think they must fly, if they come over from Norway, they go over Aberdeen, down to Prestwick. I heard the runway at Edinburgh is too narrow. It's quite a good size. I mean, they've got land at the side to expand it, but whether they ever do or not, I'm not entirely sure. It goes to northern Norway for some reason. Yeah, I thought I saw that. Back from Norway, and then flying back down over the northeast of Scotland. You pronounced it right. I'll probably forget how I said it. It goes to northern Norway, yeah. Very interesting. Yeah, that's still on the list of things to see on stream. We've got a Jet2 departure coming out. And then I'm definitely going to call it after this one because my hands are getting cold now. So we'll see this jet. Oh, we've got one coming in after it as well. Okay, we'll see this Jet2 and then we'll see the arrival just coming in the distance. And then I'll be away to warm up in my hotel for a couple hours. And then maybe, I don't think I'll stream it, but I think I'm going to get the tram into Edinburgh for a little bit. Because I don't think there's a lot to do at my hotel, but we'll check out the bar there and see what it's like. Try and stay fresh for tomorrow morning. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, that's quite a spin round when they go up at that angle. Okay, here we go, last one in the stream. What are we getting here? I have no idea. I haven't been looking at Flight Radar. If you get a tram, it's half the price of the airport return. Interesting. I like the tram. I'm probably going to get the tram. I mean, we probably were due another one. It's using the whole runway by the looks of it, going all the way up. Some interesting noises. Some interesting noises from the Ryanair there. Okay, cheers everyone for joining the stream today. Everyone who's come in from that raid from Berkala on Twitch. Like and subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already. We will be back tomorrow. Hopefully you can hear me over this noisy Ryanair. I'll give it a minute to pass there. Yeah, cheers everyone for coming in. Checking out my first stream at Edinburgh Airport. We'll be back tomorrow with more, something a bit different, the trucks and the tractors. We'll see, I might get some clips out of this. My first time at EDI. I don't like that noises, that's I think it must be the brakes or something. Lovely. Cheers Hamilton, cheers for tuning in. We got a nice little raid from Berkala earlier on Twitch, so that did help a little bit. Anyone that's still here from that, cheers for sticking around. All the follows, likes, subscribes, all that good stuff. Thank you very much. We're just going to send you to ending now.